Hello and welcome to Crafters TV. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's Friday again already. How quickly is the time flying? We're about halfway through July, but we have got a jam-packed day lined up for you guys at home here on Crafters TV today. We're going to be mixing it up a little bit. We're going to be starting the day with some fantastic sewing, or we're going to be talking all things soft craft with a brand new launch that's already proving super popular. And then as we move forward to the evening, we're going to be having a little bit of paper craft as well. So something for everybody on this Friday here on Crafters TV. Now, I did mention that we do have sewing for this first show. It is our softer side of life, so of course we do have to invite in our resident sewing expert for this show. She knows everything, all things sewing, all things threads, needles and threads, fabric. She knows it all, and she's here all day. She's going to be inspiring us with lots of amazing creations with these fabulous brand new templates. It is of course our lovely Becky Sworn. Good afternoon, Becky.
Hello, Lily. I'm going to have to pay you for that compliment.
Ooh, of course.
I know everything. I think I know everything. Lovely to see you, because it's been a long time since I've been up here.
It certainly has. We've got a treat. I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneaky peek. We've got a treat next week. Becky, she's here all week next week. All week?
All week long. I know. I'm really sorry. But yeah, all week long, because Ben's getting everything sort of done, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Turkey teeth. All the rest of it. He certainly is, yeah. And of course, we have to thank the person who does the schedule, don't we, for allowing Becky to be here all next week.
We do.
Wonder who that is.
I wonder who that was. Thank you very much, Lily.
We've got a couple of days together next week. Should be fun. We've got half a day on Thursday and all the day Friday. It's going to be like deja vu come next Friday, isn't it?
It's
us two together.
Like absolutely. Yep.
Certainly, it's going to be fun. But we are kicking off today with a fantastic Softer Side of Life show. Not just any old Softer Side of Life, though, a show with a brand new launch. And this launch is already proving super popular. We're literally 2 minutes into being live here on this Friday afternoon, and 30% of the stock has already gone. You guys are loving this. It's flying out the door. So if you want to get your hands on yours, you're going to have to move pretty quickly. But what exactly are you getting as part of this fantastic brand new launch? Well, this is all about giving you the ability to create the most fabulous patchwork style bags. And within this collection, within your showstopper, you're getting all 3 separate templates. They're going to enable you to create lots of different styles of bags. So you've got your smaller bags, your beautiful little tie-up clasp there that you've got with that bag. You've got a really nice large bag, so perhaps that's going to be a weekend away. Maybe you're going on a journey on a train. You're bringing all your crafty goodies. You want plenty of space for all of your items inside. That's going to be amazing for that. And then you've got, maybe that's going to be your work bag, your day-to-day sort of bag. So you've got a template for every sort of storage solution with your fantastic bags. And the templates are going to give you the ability not just to create the bag itself, that sort of outer shape, but all of those lovely patchwork designs on the front there. You can be using your fantastic rulers as well to bring in that lovely sort of quilted detail, but you don't have to do that if you so choose. And of course, because you can be bringing in your own fabrics, you can be changing the look and feel of these just by simply changing the colours, changing the fabrics that you're stitching with. But the showstopper does not stop there. We are bringing to your fabrics as well. You're getting 3 different separate half meters as part of this collection. So perhaps you're brand new to sewing, perhaps you have never actually got a lot of fabric in your crafty stash, then this is going to be perfect, because we're bringing you 3 separate designs. So first up, we've got this beautiful ditzy floral fabric there. You can see you've got those gorgeous navies on there. You have got your lovely sort of corals and your powder pinks as well. All that gorgeous ditzy detail on there. And then in addition to this, that one which is a little bit more strong in design, you're getting 2 which are slightly more subtle in design, but still have a beautiful print onto there, almost like little daisy flowers that you've got onto that one. That's your gorgeous powder blue. And then you're also getting the same design in red. And how beautifully well do those 2 colour tones not only complement each other, but match in with your beautiful floral print that you've got there. And if you go for your showstopper today, you can see the details on your screen. It's £32 or $44. It works out that you're paying for all of your fantastic templates. You're getting those at the launch offer price. And then we're giving to you, as part of your fabrics, you're getting a 3 for 2 on those. So you're not actually paying for one of those half meters, which is fantastic. So that's 1.5 meters of fabric in total across those 3 different beautiful designs. And every single template that you need to create each and every single one of these 3 bags. And they're all reusable plastic templates as well. It's not like your paper templates where you use them once and they sort of get a little bit dog-eared and you can't use them so well over and over again. You've got those reusable templates, so you can be making these bags to your heart's content. Maybe you're going to be making one for the summer season, and then as we move through into autumn, you want to change up in a different colourway, and then maybe even some Christmas fabrics, bringing in those as well. Yeah, you've got lots of options when you've got your fabulous templates. Now, before we get over to Becky to see these fantastic templates in action, I'm going to say hello to the lovely viewers that are watching us here on this Friday afternoon. Of course, we've got myself and Becky in the studio, and we've got our lovely Nick and Sam in the gallery as well, making sure we've got all those lovely camera angles, and Nicola is keeping us on track as always. Well, she tries. It might not be quite so easy with me and Becky, with it being a Friday as well.
It's going to be difficult later on tonight, I reckon.
Oh gosh, yeah, Friday Night Live. And it's my first Friday Night Live. I'm quite excited, yeah. I'm quite giddy already.
You know what happens on Friday Night Live? You have to wear a lot of glitter.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well,
I haven't bought a glittery outfit with me.
Thank goodness for that.
But I did bring some glitter with me just to throw around the studio, so you know that I'm here.
Well, I have to say, I'm a crafter, and I literally put this top on this morning, fresh out the wash, and I had a little look at it, and I've already got glitter on it. And I don't even know how I even use glitter for days.
Blame me, it was weeks ago.
I know, it was. Oh, I remember that. It was wake-up call a few days later. I was sat on that seat, and I got up, and I was just like dripping glitter. It was wonderful. Better than sweating, Tim. I sweat glitter at this point. But anyway, let's say hello to the lovely people on the socials before this goes too much more off track. So we've got John on our socials this afternoon for us. We've got Carletta in saying good morning everyone from Arkansas. Laurie Barnett is saying good morning everyone. Oh, so good to see you, Lily and Becky. Hello, Laurie. Hope you're well. Lovely to hear from you. Our lovely Laurie's on our design team. Suzanne saying good morning, Lily, Becky, and all the crew, to all you lovely people from a very miserable looking Leicester. Good old British summer. Yeah, it's been awful here. It's been pelting it down day in, day out. So hopefully it'll stop. But if it continues, it's perfect crafting weather, as I always say. And Mo Crafts is in saying hello from Hamburg, New York. Been so long since I've been able to watch. She loves Softer Side. We've got a real treat for you today. I'm so glad you can watch us live. Rad Rachel, she's in saying, hi everyone, love Softer Side. It is one of my favourite shows. Listening while I work, pretty sure I won't get in trouble for it. Don't worry, Rad Rachel, we won't say anything. But we will get over to Becky now, because I'm super looking forward to seeing these templates in action. Becky, let's have a little look at these.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the Patchwork cylindrical tote bag. Now this is the quickest one I would say to do, which is one of the reasons I'm going to show you how to do it. And as Lee was saying, changing it up using different fabrics. I'm using Christmas fabrics because I had a whole load of Christmas fabrics that we had from previous shows, and they were so gorgeous. I thought, why not do one holly and ivy? Or might we have some on the show? Have a look on the website. There might. Is it holly on ivy? It might be. We might have some of this on the website. Have a quick look.
Oh, I think we might do.
Got a few on these on the website, so you might have those. But you can use it for your scraps. Now this one uses the least amount of fabric. So the other ones you'll need about 1/2 metre of sort of 3 fabrics, which is why we're giving you those bundles of fabric in the showstopper. But this one I thought, well, I'll use all the bits and pieces I've got at home. And I quite like this little kind of patchworky kind of design that you've got here. So if you've been making bags before, and you know how to make bags but you've never done a bit of patchwork, this is for you. If you've done patchwork but never made any bags, this is for you. And if you just want to get started on a brand new kind of project to make something that's individually yours, then this is a project for you. So inside here you're going to be getting, not those little pieces, but you're going to be getting this template. Now, as we've had in the past, these are kind of overlooking or overhanging templates. So you've got pieces here, so a circular piece here, and you've got all these other pieces that all sort of interlock. Now, what you need to do when you first have a look at this, we've written on here what everything is called and how many of each individual piece you need to cut out of the fabric, or whether you're cutting out of foam or cutting out of interfacing. But to make it nice and clear, in the little booklet that you'll also get with here, with the template, you will see we've given you the name of everything. So here is the main and the lining panel, and we've highlighted it in red to make it abundantly clear for you to see which piece you need to use. Now, all you're going to be needing here is some tailor's chalk, or you use one of our heat erasable pens. You pop your fabric underneath, and then you draw around it with the template. You've got these little grooves here, which allow you to be able to mark through all of the different pieces to be able to cut out. So it's really, really simple. Now, the great thing about these is, as Lily was saying, they're not paper templates. These are plastic. They're going to last and last. You'll be able to use them for a long time. You can see here I've got a couple of little marks where I've put my pen through here, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be able to keep reusing those. And you can make and sell. So if you're going to get started, you're going to be doing a Christmas fair perhaps, you want to make a whole load of these bags, you can absolutely do that, and you can make and sell as well. Now, I have already pre-cut my fabric pieces out, but just to show you, for example here, let's look at this bag base. That's the most obvious looking circular piece here. It says cut one from fabric 2, one from fabric 3, and cut one from wadding or foam.
Okay.
Now, you can see here, that is my wadding. And so foam is different. If you've not seen it before, wadding is like the soft, lofty kind of, almost like cotton wool kind of feeling that you get in bags, or you might have inside quilts, just to give it more of a substance. Now, if you wanted a very rigid bag, you would replace this with foam, and the foam is much thicker. All you do with foam is you cut it very, very slightly smaller than the piece of fabric that you're going to be sewing, because you don't want to stitch through the foam. But with a piece of wadding or batting, which is what we call this, you can have it exactly the same size because you're going to stitch through it. And now I've also got two pieces, a circular, one in one fabric and one in the other. So this fabric here is what I'm mostly using for my lining. So I've done that with all of my pieces, and I've also done that with my little squares down here and my triangles, which is what's going to be creating that patchwork design. So I'll put those all to one side. This is going to be the bit that I do first. So I've cut plenty. I cut too many. I got a little overexcited. I didn't need anything like this amount here, but I thought, well, why not cut as many as you possibly need? Might as well do it like that. So you can see here, this is what we're going to be doing now. We're going to be putting these pieces together. We're going to start off by joining the triangles together. So when we join the triangles with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, you will find that you get a perfect square. So a perfect square which matches with these. So we're going to put these together. And go like this. And we put these right sides together. So similar to, if you've been using our builder block system, this works in the same kind of way, that we've already taken a 1/4 inch seam allowance, but obviously you are cutting them yourself. So it pays to be accurate with your stitching as well. And we're just going to stitch 1/4 inch seam allowance down there.
Okay.
But in order to save time, I'm going to prepare all of my triangles. So I need 4 triangles, or 4 sets of triangles, right sides together, like that. I'm going to prepare those and I'm going to chain stitch them together. So what that means is I'm going to stitch one, and then I'm going to continue to stitch all the others back to back, rather than removing my my stitching from underneath the sewing machine. And it just means everything's much quicker to stitch together.
We've had a comment in from Amalie. I know Amalie's a regular viewer, but she says she's looking forward to this. I'm new to soft crafting. Hopefully this is easy enough to give a try. So what would you say? Would it be easy enough maybe if you've not done a lot of stitching before?
Yeah,
oh,
and
perfect.
I would go, and again, I'd go for this one. I'd go for this first one here as your first try. It's nice and simple. And what you'll actually find later on when we're putting it together, sometimes with bags, you have all those sort of raw edges on the inside. You've got to try and hide them. And so what you end up doing is sort of turning bags inside out. But what we've got here in this one is you stitch everything together, and then you're just going to use some binding strips to tidy up all of those raw edges underneath. So we've created a bit of a binding strip here, and that makes it really easy. You're not going to find it complicated because you're turning things inside out. So absolutely, you can do this, no problem at all.
Oh, brilliant.
Right.
And I love the fact that you get 3 different ones, so maybe you're going to start off with the easier, then as you start to build up your confidence, you've got something that when you are feeling a little bit more advanced, then that's going to be perfect for you.
Absolutely. Right, so we're going to start stitching these together now. So, I need to change that foot. I've got the zipper foot on there still. I'm going to put my normal foot on, or if you've got a 1/4 inch seam allowance foot, it's a foot with a little marking on the edge, you can use that. And that just shows you where your 1/4 inch seam allowance is. And that is my favourite foot to use. And it's so much my favourite foot that I've taken it off this machine to take home, which is why I've not got it here. Right.
Just while Becky's changed that, we've got a lot of love coming in from these templates already. Laurie's saying these bags are so fun. Laura's saying we'd love to... talking about the weather, you know, I'm always talking about the weather. We do, we're British, that's what we do. Laura says, we would love to have some of your rain in my part of Arkansas. We are now facing a drought, so send it our way, and this used to be my favourite show, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we would love to send you some of our rain if we possibly could. And MoCraft says, I've used the templates before. They make it very simple. They certainly do, and that's what it's all about. We've got some kits as well on this show. So perhaps you've never tried any sewing before. Perhaps you want to go for something that's going to be a self-contained kit, which is going to allow you to actually start from scratch. We've got some of our Violet Studio kits on the show. So we have got our advent calendar kits. So let's just have a look. There we go. course, the last one that I pull up. So we have got our advent calendar kit. These come to us from Violet Studios, and these are absolutely fantastic. Perhaps you're used to some of our papercraft Violet Studios kits, but you're thinking, do you know what, I want to give a little bit of soft craft, I want to give my sewing a try. Then these are a great place to start because they are truly self-contained kits. You can create this if you've never even picked up a needle and thread before. If you've got no sewing experience, you can absolutely be creating these. And it's the most beautiful kit. You've got everything you need to create that incredible advent calendar. I mean, what a fantastic heirloom this is going to be. Maybe pass it down through the generations, bring it out each and every single year. You've got your fabric in there. You've even got your wooden sort of hanging pole. You've got tassels and you've got full instructions as well. Love the fact that on these kits as well, they give you a sort of skill level. So this is 2 out of 3. So still very much achievable, like I say, if you are a beginning. But wow, my goodness me, what a fantastic price on this one. Less than £10. If you are part of our Platinum Club, you'll be paying just £9.59 or $11.99 for this full self-contained kit. It should be just shy of £20 or $25, and it's worth every single penny because it makes it super easy to create that incredible piece of sort of home decor with that one as well. Amazing price on that. Now we are going to go back over to Becky now to see a little bit of stitching with these fantastic brand new templates. Don't forget, Softer Side of Life this afternoon is all about our brand new launch. It's all about those patchwork bag templates, and Becky's shown us how we can actually use our Christmas fabrics to create a fabulous Christmas bag. So Becky, let's have a little look where we're up to next.
Fab. Okay, so 1/4 inch seam allowance we're going to be stitching down here. So I've just gone back and forth at the beginning, and I'm going to do the same at the end of stitching these together, but I'm going to continue. I'm just going to stop. I'm not taking it off my my sewing machine. I'm taking my next triangle and I'm butting it up against the other one. So what will happen is they will stitch together. Well, they'll be chain. They'll be stitched together with a little chain of stitching, which is why we call it chain stitch. Back and forth, and then we'll do the same with this one here. And we're going to make sure that that is all lined up. And then just butting that up against there. Back and forth at the beginning and the end. And then the final one. So it just means that, you know, there's a nice sort of run using your sewing machine, and it saves a little bit of time. You're not taking everything out, starting again.
So in terms of creating these, obviously we've got all the templates included. We're going to be needing to add in our fabric. What else for this particular bag? What sort of other things in our stash might we need to be adding in to create these and get that finished effect?
So you need the wadding that you've got. You know, you need to create some kind of sort of structure to the bag. So you need to use some wadding. Some of them you might want to use some interfacing. It really depends on the kind of fabric you're using. So if you're going to use something like a denim, it's so thick you won't really need to worry about putting any interfacing in there. But if you're using like standard cotton, you know, quilting cotton, or perhaps some lawn, if you're going to use some cotton lawn, you will definitely need to make sure that you put something quite substantial behind there. Cotton lawn is quite smooth and soft, and you definitely need to give it a bit more substance to it. So this is for quilting cotton, is absolutely ideal, but use some wadding. And also you're going to be using some of the zips. So if you've got zips on the roll, great. I don't think we've got any in stock at the moment, but they are fabulous to use. If you haven't got any, you just need a 7-inch zip. We've got black ones in stock. Oh, that's good. Right, so now we're going to put this together. So I've got some of these squares and I've got some red squares. So I'm just going to work out how I design this. So if you can see here, we've got lighter colours on either side. I'm going to put that here maybe. These ones across here. Like
I'm loving these colours. They're absolutely gorgeous. What a clever
They're
idea.
super Christmassy, aren't they?
Yeah. I have to say, for me personally, I love traditional Christmas colours. I think for me, the reds and the greens and the gold, that for me is my favourite sort of Christmas colour scheme.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Although I really loved, what was it that we had a few years ago? It was the Frosty and Bright, the pink and the blue. I really liked that. I thought it was lovely. And I'm going to go for that with red over here, red over here. I'm going to flip that round like that. And then I'm going to put red here, like that, and then I want another red here, and then we want the other 2 triangles like
We have had a question coming actually from Imani about finish size of the bags, and they are listed on the packaging. So for the one that Becky's currently making, the approximate finish size is about 8 inches by 12 inches. For the really large duffel bag, that is about 18 inches by 6 inches by 12 inches. And then for the mini patchwork duffel bag, that is about 12 inches by 12 inches by 6 inches. They are listed on the front of the packet, so they should be on the website. If you have a little look at the photos of the products, you should be able to see those on there as well.
Now, one thing you won't notice which is slightly different, we've got these dog ears here. So when we use our builder block, when we cut things out, they have that little bit that's sort of nicked off, taken off, but we don't have that on here because obviously we've done an actual shape, a cut around template. So we have to trim away these dog ears. So that's just one of those little things that using those builder blocks that we do, that sort of stops that extra piece here. So that would be what it looked like if you're using the builder block, but you're just going to trim those off. So now I'm going to stitch everything together so you can see how that layout is. So the centre part is of 3 squares, and then on either top and the bottom you've got sorry, what's that called? A square. And then you've got 2 half square triangles on either side of that. Oh, I need to put my teeth back in. So we're just going to start stitching around these. So what I'm going to do again, save time, I'm going to put those together like that, and then I'm going to chain stitch all of these together, open them up and iron them, and I'll do the same with the other side.
Perfect. Lovely, lots more comments coming in. A lot of people are loving these fantastic brand new templates, and a lot of love that advent calendar from Violet Studios that we just had a little cheeky look at. Imani saying, I love advent calendars. Laurie's saying, oh, that advent kit is great. I may need to get that too. Yes, another crafty need. All of those items that we definitely do need. It's not a want. We have got Marisol joining us as well from Brooklyn, New York. Kirsty D is saying, I managed to get some zips on a roll in white from the Big River site, but she might just have to go back onto the Crafters Companion website and get the black ones now. Yeah, if you're looking for the zips on a roll, the black ones are in stock over on the website.
I'm so glad they're back in stock because I haven't got any left, and they are so useful to have. Definitely, if you've never bought them before, really get them because you will find them incredibly useful. Even if you think, well, actually, you know, I don't often do any sewing, inevitably at some point you're going to need a zip, or you know, you've got a pair of trousers and the zips come apart, you can't find the right zip to replace them. It doesn't matter what size zip you need, those zips on the roll come with so many meters of fabric, meters of zippage. It really are so useful.
That is the technical term, I do believe. Zippage.
Yeah, zippage.
Yeah. All the lingo coming out on this Friday afternoon. Zippage.
Yeah, zippage. Well, you're too young to remember Zippy.
Zippy,
yeah. You're far too young to remember that. My children don't remember that, and you're only a year older than my kids. No, I used to quite like Zippy. Yeah. So just trimming those pieces here. So we've done that side, and now we're going to do the same with this one. So stitching those together, and again we're going to chain stitch just to save change.
Oh,
chain stitch.
It could be a long day, Becky. Me and you getting tongue-tied. Oh dear. You can tell it's a Friday.
Oh, I don't know what's wrong. I got up quite early this morning. I woke up at I got up at 4:30 to come in this morning, and yeah, it was quite early. But my daughter had woken me up at midnight to ask her to say, do I know where her earphones are? Oh. And you're like, oh, really? I've got to get up in a couple of hours.
Oh, dear.
And then she's phoned me 3 times since I've been here.
Oh, well, at least you feel wanted, you feel loved. That's nice in a way.
I'd rather not feel wanted like that. No one wants to feel wanted at midnight, surely.
No, definitely not. Oh, dear, 4:30, that is quite early. Very early.
Not unless it's someone saying, oh, what are you doing? Would you like to come to Paris?
Oh!
On a private plane or something like that.
In which case it would be, yes, thank you very much.
I'm wide awake.
I'll spring out of bed.
Exactly. Right, give that little bit of an iron.
I mean, Crafters TV, Newton Aycliffe, it pretty much compares to Paris, I do believe. Pretty much on the same level,
It is very much like that. It is very much like that.
I mean, we don't have the Eiffel Tower, but we have just about everything else you could possibly want.
Yeah, I mean, croissant. Get croissant from round the corner.
Well, yeah, Sam in our ear loves a good croissant. So we've got the croissants here. Snails, we've got plenty of those enjoying the puddles outside. I mean, what more could you want?
I'm not sure I'd eat snails. And Lily, I can't imagine you're going to eat snails.
Oh, goodness
me. Would you have
no.
ever had snails?
No. Oh, no. And they put a load of garlic butter on them, don't they? Oh, no.
Well, I always thought they'd be slimy, but apparently they're not slimy.
Oh. Oh, I think
So you can eat garden snails, like ordinary garden snails, but you have to put them on a diet of lettuce for a while to get rid of their slime.
Oh goodness, that sounds awful.
Disgusting, doesn't it?
Oh no, no.
No, it's not for me.
No.
I'll go for a croissant, definitely.
Oh, see, I'm not a big fan of a croissant. I just, sorry, Sam's going to hate me forever now, but no, I'd rather a pan au chocolat, I think.
Oh, would you? I like an almond croissant.
Oh, very fancy. Very fancy indeed. Baguette, another type of French food that's quite nice. Good old French bread, you can't go far wrong.
Oh, yeah, love a bit of French bread. Right, so now I'm God. I am now sewing the strips together. So you can see I've done that one here, and then we're going to pop that one over there. And that creates that first little piece of patchwork that we're going to be using. I don't know how much more of this we're going to have time for me to do. Because I'm going to show you some bits of it.
Well, we've started snail chat over on the socials. Jan's saying my daughter loves garlic snails, and apparently they do taste like chicken. They smell lovely. Jan's never tried them, but her daughter eats them a lot. There you go. Can you buy them in this country then, or is it just abroad? Yeah. Do you go like down the frozen food aisle? There's some frozen snails. I don't know. Oh, it's quite scary.
Do they have them in the middle aisle?
Maybe they do, yeah. Well, they do different, different cuisines, don't they? Like they have an American food week, a Spanish food week. Maybe they do. Maybe. Oh, apparently you can get them from a very posh online retailer. Wow. I have to say, I wouldn't usually be looking in the right part of the supermarket. So
no, well, it's not really your thing, is it?
Not really. I'm not usually down the meat aisle, let's be honest. And I've never seen a vegan alternative to snails. Maybe that's going to be the next big thing.
Maybe. I don't know. It's not. I'm not sure about that really. Now I'm just trimming these sort of edges off over here, just so it's all nice and neat. You can use your rotary cutter if you've want that, but you can see that's created that little design that you've got here. Now, the next sort of part we do is going to be creating that little zip panel here. So I've already cut my pieces of fabric here, get them all together. So we've got pieces here, and I've cut my wadding as well. So this forms the main part of the bag, the main part here. So you've got an outside piece, you've also got that wadding, and you've got your lining fabric. I'm just realising I've put those around the wrong way. It's very silly of me, never mind, it's going to have to look like that today. Unfortunately, I've done those around the wrong way.
We'll just say, Becky, it's a different effect, it's a different option.
Oh, no, look there. That's better.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not quite right, but
it's different.
It's better than the other way around, so it should have been that way. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Like I say, individual. So we've got this form the main part of the bag. This forms the bottom of the bag here. So we're going to pop those to one side. I've already cut my zip, so my zip is a 7-inch piece of zip. I've also got little pieces over here for the bag straps here, over here. Again, cut out. I've cut these out of my lining fabric because I thought that looked quite nice against everything. And then we've also got these pieces here, and these form, that forms a pocket, and this bit forms the side pieces of the bag. So you can see we've got those different fabrics in there. So everything's got holly and ivy in it, but all sorts of different patterns. Right, so we are going to take this piece here. So that's going to form that patchwork section here. So you can see as we're working through here, we've got all the information about creating these designs and how we put them together. Now, if you want to put, you want to start actually using this and quilting it, you can do. You can put a piece of wadding in here. I haven't cut a piece of wadding out, and I've just put all my other wadding into one of the bags over there to give it some substance. But we're not going to worry too much about that, so I'm going to use it without. So all we want to do is we want to create little pockets here. So I'm going to get my pieces of fabric ready, and we're going to use that little zip. So we're going to pop that here. So we want the patchwork block facing, right side facing down. We're going to put the wadding on top of that, but we're not using that then. We're going to use the lining facing up here, so that is going to go in there. So that would be how that looks together. So that will be the inside of your pocket. So when you use your zip like that, that will be sewn like that. So you look into your pocket and you'll see that lining piece of fabric. So we're going to do that. So let me just get that right. So that is there. That.
It's very much holly and ivy themed today. So obviously we've got the holly and ivy fabric here. And then on Friday Night Live, we'll be having a little look at that holly and ivy collection that launched earlier this week. Very traditional Christmas, which I am very much liking.
It is. Now I'm going to use a little bit of glue here. I'm going to use my textile glue, which everyone knows is my favourite thing to use, because it's so good. It's really useful when you don't want to pin something. When you're pinning a zip in place, it can be quite tricky. So I find it better to use a little bit of glue. Now this glue is safe for you to use with your sewing machine. It won't gum up your sewing machine, and it's just like having another pin just to hold everything together. So I find when you're stitching zips together, this is absolutely ideal. So I'm going to pop that over there. Do the same on this side. Like that.
Becky's sold it out. Blame Becky. No more in stock on the website.
You can absolutely do this with pins.
Okay.
Don't use any of your other glue. Absolutely 100% don't use that Collal all-purpose glue. Otherwise you'll break your sewing machine.
Don't do that.
Don't use that.
Don't
use textile glue. Possibly you might be able to use tacky glue, but use what we say that you should be using. This is much better. It won't gum up your machine. You do need to change your foot. Not your actual foot, your foot for your sewing machine.
If only, Becky. If only I could change my feet.
But your feet are really good because your feet do a lot of running.
That's why they're not good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you got like ballet dancer feet?
Oh, blimey me, no. Well, mind you, I always imagine ballet dancers to have like lovely, soft, supple feet.
They've got feet that work hard, don't they?
Oh, I must have a ballet dancer's foot then, yeah.
Because you run so much.
Mind you, I do a lot of walking as well, to be fair, because I do walk to and from work, which stomping up and down the road.
Why don't you run to work?
Because I couldn't run to work. I'd need a shower, wouldn't I?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we haven't.
Can you imagine
Why don't I run to work? I don't run to work because I live in London and it's too far to run.
That's no excuse. Come on now.
And also, I can't run. I mean, I really can't run. I can't run. My feet point all the time when I run.
Oh.
Like a barefoot runner. So I'm no good because I'm really accident prone.
Oh. So, do you know what? I used to know someone who was a barefoot runner. They used to run through the streets of Sheffield, no word of a lie, with no shoes, no socks, no nothing. Yeah, so they used to suffer quite a lot with injuries, and they went to some sort of physio or something, and they said, "Oh, if you try barefoot running, you know, it will help your injuries." And they did it, and it helped her.
Well, it's because they do like barefoot running shoes, which feels like an oxymoron.
Which look very strange, let's be honest.
But they're very weird because they're almost like gloves, aren't they?
Yes.
Your toes go into places. But it's supposed to be very good for you. But I'm not built for running. I'm built for lying on the sofa.
Oh, well, you've got to be careful because imagine if there's a bit of glass on the floor.
Yeah.
You're running like, it's not for me.
And dog.
Well, yeah, there's all sorts on the floor, let's be honest.
Can you imagine? That'd be revolting.
Snails there on the floor, slugs.
You know, snails that you haven't finished for your dinner.
Yep, left them out on the road. Somebody falls over on them.
Right, so we've created that little panel here. We need another piece of fabric that goes up here, and that's going to create that little panel with our pocket in it. But let's do a little bit of the rest of the bag. Conscious of the time, so probably won't be, well, I certainly won't be able to show all of it, but I'll be able to show you a little bit more of this now. So we've got here, we've got the outer panel, so we're going to do that here. So the outer panel, and we're going to be using, where's my wadding?
Where's your body? Well, it's just underneath your head.
I didn't know where it was. So I'm going to make it says here, lay your outer panel right side facing down, wadding on top, and then the lining on top facing up. So you can see that's how it's going to look. So that's going to be my main panel. And it talks about quilting this. So you can quilt it any way you want. So we have these quilting pattern guides on the show where you could quilt on here, but you could just do quilting that's straight. It's entirely up to you. Now, it doesn't say anything about using any adhesive spray, but I would suggest it's like pinning everything. Use some of our repositionable spray if you've got some of that. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a shake, and I'm just going to do a light spray over that, and then I'm going to pop my wadding over there, and this is just going to keep everything together.
Okay.
It means that when we would, in the past, this is basting, in the past I would put lots of pins and then I would tack it all together before I quilted, but I don't need to worry about that now because that's what this is going to work as. So this is a repositionable one, not the permanent one, and I'm just going to press it all down here like that. And that's going to hold it together. So I'm going to do some quick quilting on here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some lines across here and I'm just going to stitch along them.
Okay.
Now I'm using some brightly coloured thread, which is obviously not what you would normally do, but I don't think it really matters because we're showing you how something works. So I'm going to use this ruler. The ruler's not particularly long, but let's line that up against my mat. So I haven't found my folding out ruler is not in my bag.
Oh,
Nicola. No! I don't know what's happened to it.
It's folded up so small that it's becoming visible.
It is a very useful folding out ruler. Have we got them in stock? They are really useful. If we haven't got them, look out for them next time. So I'm doing 2 inches. It's called a folding ruler.
Simple as that.
I'm just doing every 2 inches. I'm marking with a pencil because I know we haven't got any of the heat erasable pens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we haven't got those at the moment, unfortunately. So I've made some lines here. Now I'm going to stitch with my normal sewing machine. I'm not changing any of the details on here, and I'm only stitching with that brightly coloured fabric, so you can get an idea of how it would look if you quilt it. But you could quilt it in any way you wanted to. You could do some diagonal lines on here. You can use one of those quilting pattern guides. You could maybe cut some circles and do some free motion quilting,
Ooh.
anything that you might like to do. But we'll just do this for the moment to show you how that's going to look.
Perfect. Now blimey me, we're both at it now. I need to get my tip in. We have had some more comments come through on the socials, not just all about snails. But Laura's saying, I'm so spoiled by all my builder blocks. Rosalind Russell saying that the instructions seem pretty clear. They certainly do. You get both the pictures and words, which I think is absolutely fabulous. And also Daniel Pierce Holland is saying, I can't wait for the event tomorrow at the warehouse. Yep, I am super excited myself as well. If you've not heard, it is the pop-up shop tomorrow at the warehouse, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Full details can be found on the Crafters Companion website, but I'm going to be there all day and I am super excited. Both Leanne and Sarah are going to be there as well. They're going to be almost like your personal shoppers, so they're going to be bringing you around the warehouse, showing you all the goodies, showing you all the bargains, and my goodness me, have we got some bargains at the warehouse tomorrow. So if you can join us up here in County Durham, we would absolutely love to see you. I'm excited already. Even though it's going to be an early start, I'm still super excited, but it's not going to be 4:30 early start, not quite that bad. But get there early, the doors open at 10 a.m. To grab yourself a bargain. There'll be free giveaways, free gifts, all that sort of goodness as well. So do make sure you join us if you can. And hopefully, Daniel, I will see you tomorrow.
There are some amazing bargains.
I know, we've heard about some of them. We've all been like, blimey me. They've all been saying to me before the show, oh, Lily, you won't be working, you'll be shopping. I was like, yeah,
well,
I will be.
I have to say, those prices are just... Don't, if you're on the fence about coming, you think, oh, you know, it's 20 minutes down the road. Honestly, they're going to be such good value, and they're going to be things there that are really recent as well.
I know, yeah.
They've been hugely discounted, so it's worth doing. Right, now I've just quilted that really quickly, really briefly, so you can see the design here. So that forms the main part of the bag. So there's not much more I am going to be able to show you because I'm conscious that it's I've spent nearly 40 minutes on this. But this is the first part of creating this bag, so you can see how that's going to look when we put that all together. Like that, it's going to look something like that, but it's a great way of using up your fabrics. Now you will need, the other bags do need 1/2 metre of each sort of 3 different types of fabric. So you'll need a sort of a fair amount of fabric. But there's nothing to stop you from making some of those other bags and every panel being a different pattern or a different type of fabric. So you can use it for creating a lot of using a lot of your stash. But great way of getting started doing a little bit of patchwork, a great way of getting started doing a little bit of making your bags. But again, you can make and sell. So this is ideal for you to get into your baskets now and start making for Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah, tons of options with these amazing templates. Becky's showing that lovely Christmas variant, but of course you can be using any fabric you so choose, and you've got 3 separate templates as part of this new launch. And if you're going for the showstopper, you're going to get 3 separate half meters of fabric as well to get you started. Just £32 or $44 for that complete collection, and over 30% of the stock has already gone. Now we will give you just a few moments to check out those baskets, maybe have a little peruse of the website. We do have up to 50% on selected storage on the website. Still got the 10 dies for £10 or $10 as well, so definitely lots of bargains to shop for, and we will be back in just a few moments to see a little bit more of how that bag will start to take shape.
Come in, check my emails, and lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive market and suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we get to see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and play it, that gives us all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. I tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great, and if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yogurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this, nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Ooh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Welcome back to Softer Side. We are just over 45 minutes into this fantastic 2-hour launch show. We are talking all things brand new launch with our templates here that allow you to create these fantastic 3 different bag designs. As part of that showstopper as well, we are including all the fabric you need. So it's 3 different half meters, enabling you to create these fantastic bags. But alongside that brand new launch, we do have some other lovely goodies on this show to tempt you with. And we've been talking about these on the break. We really like these. These are absolutely fantastic because they have been designed with your soft crafts in mind. Maybe you're going to be doing appliques with perhaps your felt. But you can actually use these for your paper craft as well. So maybe you're going to be bringing in some of your textured cardstock. Maybe it's going to be some of your lovely papers, your glitter cards, your mirror cards. You can absolutely be doing all of your paper craft makes with these beautiful dies. They are your multi-craft dies, which enables you to cut a variety of materials. It could be your felts, it could be your foams as well. And it allows you to make all these different characters that are part of that Nativity collection. You do actually get all of your instructions included because all of the different pieces can be interchanged, cut them in different colours, and that's what allows you to build the different characters. But you do get almost like a recipe card inside, if you like, that's showing you all of the different pieces that you need to put together those different characters. So super simple and easy to put these together once you get this one home. Should be over £25 or over $30, but not today. You're paying just £10.39 or $13.18, which is an absolute cracking price because you get 15 dies, 50 multi-craft dies as part of this die set, allowing you to create a plethora of different characters for all of your Christmas creations. Whether you're a soft crafter, whether you're a paper crafter, or whether you like to do a little bit of both, you are certainly covered with this fantastic set of dies. Now, Becky is going to show us these in action so we can see exactly how they work.
These are so cute, aren't they? Absolutely
Adorable.
gorgeous. I just think these are great. If you, you know, at work, you might have Christmas sweater day, Christmas jumper day. You can make your own jumper using these. So you could just buy an inexpensive top, or actually maybe you don't want an itchy jumper, you just want like a nice sort of cotton top, and you could create your own kind of design over here. Yeah, even cashmere. You could have them all going across. You could have those little patches on your elbows, so you've got like an English professor kind of look. Loads of things you could do with these. Decorations on the Christmas tree. Perhaps you're going to be doing something with some children for Christmas in the church or something like that. These are great for them. Or again, I always go back to fuzzy felts. I love fuzzy felts as a child. These are so good. You could just make these in loads of different colours and then put them in a bag or a box and make them a nice box and then give them to somebody as a fuzzy felt gift. I think these are really, really good.
Do you know what? I would love that as a gift.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
Even now. Well, if I get Lily for Secret Santa, you know what you're going to be getting, Lily.
Get me some fuzzy felt and I'll be happy for days, weeks, hours, years. I love fuzzy felt.
They were so good, weren't they?
Probably
Can you get them now? I don't know if you can.
You must be able to get them, I think, online.
Do you know, my children didn't have them, so maybe you don't have them. Fuzzy felts were just brilliant.
I had them, but we're going back a few years now.
Yeah.
But I had tons and tons of fuzzy felt. Maybe that was what started my crafting journey.
Maybe.
But yeah, I love fuzzy felt.
Yeah, I like fuzzy felt.
felt.
Teletubbies fuzzy felts.
Oh, living the dream, Nicola, living the absolute dream. Wow. Oh, Sam! Oh, Sam, you've led a very sheltered life. Oh, dear.
I wonder if did they have it in America? We don't know.
Let us know, guys. Let us know.
Do you know what we're talking about?
They're probably like, what on earth are you on
Lily
about?
and Becky have gone completely bonkers today.
Well, just today?
No, well, no, probably not. Just completely
Today,
bonkers.
probably even more so than usual. Oh, Jan's found apparently Amazon sell fuzzy felt. Well, I know what I'll be ordering for the shows. That's my weekend sorted. Me on Sunday, I'll be back at home doing a little bit of fuzzy felt.
If there's anyone coming to the pop-up shop,
you know what to bring.
Lily's going to be in the corner like that with her fuzzy felts, ignoring everybody.
Yeah.
No, just playing with her fuzzy felts.
You're like, come on, Lily, you need to do some work. No, fuzzy felt comes first.
In here, you're going to get an absolute myriad of different dyes. And as Lily said, you can use these for paper and you can use them for fabric as well. You can cut them out of cork. But I mean, all these stars are really useful, different size stars. You've also got different circles. You've got other things like you've got a crown, you've got a moustache.
Of course.
You've got all sorts of different things, including these kind of faces. You've got beards. So you can really create your own designs. Now, as we said, we had these with different other pieces as well that work together, and you can really mix and match these. And these are going to be dyes that you use a lot. These little stars, for example, are really useful because they are multimedia dyes. You can see that they are copper coloured. They're going to cut through much thicker fabric, much thicker card card as well. So you'll be able to cut through like 300 GSM, no problem at all, or some cork or glitter card or anything like that. So they're really useful. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to do baby Jesus.
Aww.
Because Nicola was saying she liked baby Jesus. So as Lily said, we have a recipe card. So if you wanted to cook your own baby Jesus, no, you don't want to make your own baby Jesus, you've got all of the information here in order for you to be able to cut it all out. And we've given the little details of how to put everything together as well. Where's the little card? The little card is stitched on, Nicola.
Ooh.
So those are little stitches. So and the little swaddling, that's all stitches as well. And then if you flip it over, you'll see, which is what I think is an oxymoron. As far as I'm concerned, they're three kings, okay? But you can see how they're all built up, and you can absolutely mix and match them however you might want to do that. So we're going to take our star. I'm going to use an orange. We're going to use this one.
I'm just thinking as well now, looking at that beard and the moustache, if you wanted to do like a really trendy card for a gent that maybe has a beard like that, maybe they're into all the beard oils and all these sorts of funny things, that'd be quite a cool modern card, that, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Pringles man. That's a great idea, great shout, I like that. Right, so I'm going to use a little star down here. So I've pre-cut my pieces of felt. Now, when I cut felt, I don't use my fabric plates.
Okay.
I prefer the plates that come with your machine, and everyone's going to shout at me for using these. I think people are going to know because everyone... Okay, don't gross on me. Don't tell anyone else when they come in and they go, someone's been using this. We're not going to say it was me.
Yeah, we won't.
I'm going to say it was Lily. No,
I
didn't do that.
Well, you have to remember that I'm here 5 days a week, so I'm always in the building. So if you blame me, I'll be there.
Yeah.
No, it's easy to blame someone who's not here as often.
By the time he comes back, nobody will remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it, isn't it?
I'm
Definitely.
heavy-handed with my tape. So I want to tape as much of this down as possible. We're going to have to do this in two goes. I should have used the bigger plates, but I could only find these.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't
So
it?
white
Let's be honest.
plate, you've got your metal shim, you've got your frosted shim over the top of that, and then you've got your white over the top of that. Now, when it goes through the machine, it will probably make a kind of crackly noise. Don't be frightened. Don't think, oh my goodness, that's all been, no, Becky's being electrocuted.
Oh dear.
Because it's just all the felt going through. Can you hear that?
I like that noise. I tell you what, one of the nicest noises is if you die cut acetate. It's like walking on sugar. Oh, it's a beautiful noise.
Sorry, say that again. You're like walking on sugar.
That's what it sounds like. If you die cut acetate.
Why would you want to walk on sugar?
I wouldn't want to walk on sugar, but that's what it sounds like.
It does.
This is true, yeah. Maybe this is what I need to do. Maybe I do need to walk on sugar so I could be like a foot scrub.
You're going to have very sticky feet. That's all I can think of.
True.
Sticky feet. So, yeah. I mean, I have got a couple of scrubs that have got, like oil and sugar in them.
Yeah.
I suppose
This is true.
That makes
Well,
sense.
yes, back to my point. Die cutting acetate's a lovely noise. It sounds like walking on sugar. That was my point. That was all. That was all I wanted to say. All I wanted to say, and then we went on to foot scrubs and all the rest of it. We do like a tangent, Nicola. We do love a tangent, especially me and Becky on a Friday. We love the tangents, left, right and centre.
Someone said to me the other day, what exactly were you talking about before? And I was like, I've
no idea.
No idea. Where I've gone, who knows? Now, normally when I cut through felt, I cut through two pieces at any one time. You may find that to cut through all of those little those fibres, you might need to run it through the machine twice. So the pieces that I've just put through now, I just haven't, they're cut, but they've got a few little fibres here and there. So you can see that it hasn't immediately sort of popped out. But it doesn't matter, they're just, if I pull them, you can see that they're going to come out no problem. But if you find that when you put it through your machine, so you see here, I've got to pull that apart because you've got all those fibres. If you wanted to put it through your machine again, I mean, it's not like it takes a long time for it to go through the machine, is it? But you can do that, or you can run through two pieces in one go, like I like to do. So keep all the other little pieces that come out of your felt because you can create other things in there. And let's just get rid of that. So my baby Jesus is nearly there. Now, I think if you're going to be doing like a decoration for a Christmas tree, these are absolutely perfect. Cutting them out of card as well as cutting them out of felt, all sorts of different things. I mean, cutting them out of an ordinary piece of fabric, you can do that. You can then sort of stitch to them. Now, I'm not going to stitch these ones because, quite frankly, it takes too long. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to line everything up, and I'm going to put that little face behind baby Jesus' face. There you go, like that. Now, if you wanted to glue them together, use the all-purpose glue.
Okay.
But don't try and sew afterwards. But this is really good for putting these decorations. You can just stick a little piece of ribbon up here, and that'll be absolutely fine. So I'll put that together so it's all in one, and then we're done.
Talking of decorations, it's just reminded me of something. Do you remember the decorations we used to make as children when it was pasta, dry pasta stuck onto a heart? You'd spray paint it with either gold or silver. They're absolutely hideous things. Did anyone else do those?
No, I don't remember doing that.
I don't know. No one else remembers. Maybe it was a Sheffield thing. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. But you'd get like someone would cut out maybe a star shape or something Christmassy, and you'd glue dry pasta, obviously not cooked, dry pasta onto it. I don't know why, it looked awful. And you'd spray paint it or paint it with either gold or silver, and you'd take it home, you give it to your parents. I'd have to pretend this was the most beautiful thing they'd ever seen, even though it was a bit of pasta stuck to a bit of card. I mean, not really too inspiring. But yeah, we made hundreds of those growing up. Anyone else remember those?
I don't remember.
Dry pasta now?
I don't even remember my kids bringing back anything covered in pasta. Apart from, I think they painted bits of pasta and then strung them like penne and strung it on and made a necklace.
Oh, that's quite
cute. I remember doing that.
Yeah. Well, we stuck them down to like a shape. They were awful, awful.
I quite like the idea. When you said spray painting them gold, I was thinking, well, everything looks pretty good spray painted gold.
Oh, but pasta stuck to a bit of card. And if you think a child is spray painted, it's not going to be very good coverage.
No, it's true. But useful if you get hungry. And that's
dry spray painted pasta.
Let's be honest,
I don't think I've ever been quite that hungry.
During COVID, we were all getting really desperate for pasta. I mean, people were fighting over pasta.
This is true. I mean, for me, it was beans. That was bad. Limited to one can per shop or whatever it was. I'm surviving on that. Need me lentils, in me chickpeas. No, it was.
It was a different world, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely was.
Well, I think, and if that happens again, don't bother going to the supermarket. Just go to your local nursery and find out what the children have been baking with pasta.
Yeah.
That's where you'll find it.
Oh, I hope it wasn't just me. I hope someone will let us know in the comments that anyone else remembers these, because they were awful. And it's one of those, you know, as parents, when the children sometimes brings home certain things they've made and you look at them and you think, I've got to pretend this is beautiful. The child's made it, they've put their effort, heart and soul into it, they love it. And you look at it and it's a bit of pasta stuck to a bit of card. It's awful. You don't want that on the tree, do you? Do you? No. Maybe around the back, you know, the part of the tree that you can't see that's next to the wall, not on the front.
No, definitely not. I think everyone is exactly the same place.
Yeah.
So you can see here, I've done my little, I've glued that all together. It will dry super hard. So if you just wanted to make one of those and then just put a ribbon on there, that would be perfect for hanging up on the Christmas tree, as it is. Yes, you do need to stitch. If you're going to be stitching his face on there and also the little shapes of the swaddling, yeah, do that beforehand. I'm just going to go and grab a pen or a pencil. So I'm out of my heat erasable pens, but you could just get away with drawing it to the curl.
Nicola wants the curl, the little curl. He's quite young to have hair, isn't he, really?
He's a happy, smiley.
Oh.
I think Jesus is always happy, isn't he?
There you go. Nice little bit of swaddling onto there. Oh, super cute. That is adorable. Can you imagine
a bit
as well?
like a spaceman now,
He
doesn't he?
does actually,
He's a little
doesn't
bit like an astronaut.
Oh dear.
But I think these are going to be really useful because you can imagine, if I had a plain jumper on, you've got a plain jumper.
Does this mean I have to wear, oh, here we go. I'm regretting wearing this top now.
Come on,
I'll make
that into a brooch for you.
If I go to the shops
on.
after work with this stuck on,
Lily, I went to
there we go.
Tesco with my witch's outfit on and all my makeup.
Of course, of course. Why on earth not? Doesn't that suit beautiful? So you could be going out to your Christmas parties with a nice little festive decoration. Of course, I think the kiddies would love this. Maybe you've just got a really inexpensive plain black t-shirt or black jumper. You're just going to pop that into the centre. Maybe they're having like a Christmas jumper day at school. How fabulous to have that decorated onto their jumpers, onto their clothing. Or maybe it's going to be bags. Perhaps you can be making some of these bags for Christmas in quite plain fabrics, and you're just going to be jazzing them up with some of your fantastic appliqué. That's going to be absolutely perfect. But in order to do that, you're going to need your fantastic appliqué die set that we can see here. Just absolutely gorgeous designs. Wow, love that. Wow, cannot believe we are into hour 2 already of our softer side of life. I have to say, I'm loving being on this side this afternoon because I'm learning a little bit of sewing, which I am absolutely loving. I've not sewn for quite a long time. A lot of you guys at home will know me on that other side of the studio, doing my papercraft, doing my card making. It's been a long time since I've done any sewing, so I'm loving, feeling quite inspired by Becky's amazing demonstrations.
Aww.
I love being with Becky, and I love sewing. Now, Nicola's just asking my ear, does my mum watch? She's not watching now, she's watching this evening, but quite spooky. She didn't know I was on this afternoon. She's just sent me a picture of a bag she's just made.
Ooh.
How weird is that? Because my mum is a sewer. I'm more of a papercraft and mum's more of a sewer. So she'll be loving this show if she does watch it back. So mum, you do watch it back. And also let us know about the pasta. Let us know that I've not made it up.
We want to know, Lily's mum, have you kept Lily's pasta decorations?
She's probably burnt them. As soon as I've got old enough to realise that they're horrible, she's probably like, get rid of these quick.
Oh, don't
But talking
say
of
that,
pasta,
Lily.
a few people have made me feel better. Laurie says my kids did pasta out at school. Yay! Oh, Jacqueline Bell says, yes, at school we used to stick pasta for the hair on Santa, cotton wool for the beard. We use pasta all the time. Kirsty D says, I never use pasta for decoration. We made cut-out paper snowflakes. Yes, the ones where you fold them. I used to love those.
I used to like that.
Paper chains. Yeah, my mum used to love making garlands. And an angel out of a empty washing up bottle. Yes, I remember that, the angel out of the washing up bottle. Lots of gold and silver paint and glitter was also used, absolutely. Laurie says, yeah, all the special ornaments, you know what I mean, went on the back side of the tree. I told the kids it's because it's so people who drive by can see them through the window. What a brilliant idea. All the parents at home now and all the grandparents will be using that. It's so the people driving by can see them. That's the only reason they're on the back of the tree. No other reason apart from that.
I like that. That's a really good way of making sure. It's like when, have you watched those videos where the children are eating something they don't like and they go, it's good. It's so good. My tummy's filled up. And they quite clearly can't bear it, but they're trying to be polite. So I'm in favour of having a bit of a white lie to help people feel better.
Yeah, it's definitely good to be polite. Now, we have got some make it kits that we want to share with you next. Now, perhaps you are brand new to sewing, perhaps you've never been a soft crafter before. Here they are. Then we have got some fantastic make it kits for you guys at home to get you started on that sewing journey. Or perhaps you have actually done a little bit of sewing in the past. You want to sort of reignite that love of all things soft craft, and these are going to be absolutely perfect. Or maybe you sort of have a little crafty evening. Perhaps some of your friends come over on an evening. You do a little bit of crafting together. These are going to be absolutely ideal for that because you get absolutely everything you need contained in each and every single one of these boxes. Now, are we getting all 6? Oh, okay. Wow, that's amazing. I thought they were 2 separate bundles, but no, you're getting all 6. So you can get them separately at 3s and 3s if you so choose. But if you want to get the best value for money, and I know we're always going about get the bundles, get the best value for money. It's not just about that. You get the most crafting potential because you get the most crafty goodies. So you're going to get all 6 kits as part of our Showstopper collection. And that's going to come to you today for £44.80 or $56. And you're going to get all 6 of these. So first up, we are going to get this fantastic cylindrical zip pouch. Now, if you are a soft crafter and you've got all of your little bits, all your little sewing, perhaps your tape measures, your needles and threads that you want to store away, then this is going to be absolutely perfect. You get literally everything you need included, even that beautiful fabric that you can see there, that lovely red polka dot design and your floral designs. You've got all that included and full step-by-step instructions. You can see on the back there, as we flip that over, you can see the contents of this kit, everything you need and those instructions to guide you through step by step. So that's number 1 of 6 incredible kits that you've got. And then next up, you've got your makeup case, or perhaps it's going to be a pencil case. Perhaps it's going to be something that you pop your keys in or your phone in when you go out. You don't want to bring a big bag bag with you, but you want something to protect your phone, your keys, that's going to be ideal. Maybe that's going to be on your desk with all of your pins on. Maybe it's going to have some of your different colouring pencils, colouring pens in there. You can use this for so much more than just a makeup case, but you've got all of that beautiful fabric. I'm absolutely loving that red polka dot design. You've got your zip, you've got all of the instructions included once again. That's number 2 of 6 kits as part of your showstopper. And then finally we've got our sewing storage. I absolutely love this one. I love that fact that you've got that roll-out design, you've got all the different compartments for your different items, like your threads, like your scissors, it could be your tape measures, it could be your chalks that are going into there. The fabrics on this one, once again, are absolutely beautiful. And on all 3 of these are all sort of complementing each other in terms of the colours of the fabric. So if you are going to be having these perhaps together stored in your craft room, then you know they're going to match together absolutely beautifully. Once again, all of your instructions, and you've got all of your fabrics included with that one as well. So all 3 of these are part 1 of your showstopper. If you want to go for these individually, then of course you can do that as well. But as always, best value and best crafty potential is within that showstopper. Now, you may have seen those ones before, but I bet you've not seen these ones before, because they are brand new to Crafters TV, and we are super excited to bring these to you today. So first up, we have got our sewing storage kit. So you're getting, once again, everything you need included within this kit. Very much a self-contained kit. Absolutely fabulous for beginners. Absolutely fantastic if you want to get slightly younger members of the family, that's teenagers, young adults into crafting. These are going to be absolutely ideal. Of course, this is going to be great for sewing, storing your sort of sewing items, but I'm thinking this would be quite nice to have on a dinner table to put your cutlery in. Perhaps you're going out for a picnic and you want to bring your knives and your forks in style, then absolutely you can do that with that fantastic little kit. Or if you are Becky Sworn, your chopsticks. Get all your chopsticks into there when you're eating your crisps directly from the fridge. Yes, I do remember that, and I've still not tried it. I daren't. That is kit number 1 of your brand new kits. And then next up, I am absolutely in love with the strawberry fabric. That is just absolutely beautiful. It reminds me actually of many, many years ago when I was doing a little bit of sewing, I made a little pinafore out of strawberry fabric.
Oh,
how cute is that? Yes, it reminds me of that, but I love that. How ideal is that going to be as we move through those summer months? Of course, it's going to be ideal for storing in your needles. Well, we call them summer months, but it doesn't mean the weather's summery. As we can see outside, it's dull and grey. It got to about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I was at home yesterday and I sat in my craft room and I thought, I can't do any longer. I need to put the light on. I can't see what I'm doing. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's that dark.
that's right.
I had the lights
That's
on.
tough.
That's
isn't it?
not right.
Yeah,
That is not right.
No.
Not right at all. Make sure you've got the correct lighting in your craft rooms. It does allow you to see exactly what you're doing. Put the light on if you need to. It does help, Lily. Oh, honestly. But we have got that fantastic kit number 2 of our new launches of our Make It kits. And then finally, we've got our adorable little pin cushion. I always think there's something so cute about pin cushions. It's that sort of adorable nature of anything that's a little bit miniature size. It just reminds me of like a little cushion. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful. Hamster pillow, as our Ben would say. You've got all the fabrics included. You've got all the instructions once again. Everything you need, right down to the fabrics, down to the stuffing, down to the sewing pins in that one as well. So you're getting all 6 of these. So 3 of those are the new launches when it comes to our Make It kits, and then 3 of the ones are our Make It kits you may have already seen before. All 6 Make It kits there for an incredible price of £44.80 or $56. If you're starting to think about Christmas shopping or just buying for birthday gifts, then that could be 6 separate gifts there, all within that one collection. How incredible would that be? But I think we want to see how incredible they are when we get them home and we get creative with them. What can we create, Becky?
Well, I'm going to make the little strawberry one because everyone likes that, and I do like the fabric. But I'm going to show you the actual samples as well, so you can see what they look like with all of these kits. So this one, I love the blue and that scarlet. I think is really, really nice. So this is your circular bag here. So if I open it up and take the packaging out, you can see you've got a lot of space in here, making that absolutely ideal. If you're going to be using a lot of makeup, or you want to see, I don't know, maybe you can put your glitters in here or something like that.
Yeah.
You can open it up and really see what you're going to put in there. Or cake. Yes, you can put cake in it. It does look like a cake tin, doesn't it? In fact, I think I've got cake tins like this at home. And then this one here, your little makeup bag as well. I mean, these are great if you're going on holiday, you want to be making some matching bags to put all your toiletries in. These are going to work. But the fact that you're getting them in the boxes so they are ready to gift, I think is fantastic. These are great stocking fillers, really, really useful. And then this is the one, this is the little sewing kit. You get everything in there. So you're going to be getting all those fabrics in here, as well as a button and elastic and everything else. It's got a little place to pop your scissors, and you've got a little holder here to stop them from moving as well.
Oh, that's
So they don't
clever.
want to slip out, which is quite clever. A little place for you to pop all your pins as well. You've got all these different pockets, including a little velcroed piece down here, or hook and loop tape
brilliant.
down there. So really useful, diverse sort of set of different makes on those. And then the little makes. So this little pin cushion is so cute.
Oh, it's
So you've got a
adorable.
little
Look at
place down
that.
here to pop. I don't know what we'd pop in there. Chocolate.
Of course, what else?
But you could pop all your little pins in here. It's really sweet having something like this. And these obviously are absolutely key, useful items for someone that's just getting started sewing. So perhaps you are starting to get, starting down your sewing journey, or maybe you've got a daughter, a granddaughter, a son, a nephew who's starting to sew. These would be great as their first projects. So if they're getting a sewing machine for Christmas or something like that, these are absolutely ideal because they will use them. They'll be making them and using them. So this will be their little pin cushion. They've then got this little bag, which unfortunately is too small for chopsticks.
Oh,
but
mini
actually-
chopsticks, baby chopsticks.
Yeah, baby chopsticks. Yeah, they'd be like toothpicks.
True.
Wouldn't they, baby chopsticks? But this, I think, would be really good for like a travelling wallet,
Oh,
because you can
yeah.
put all your bits and pieces in here. You've got a place for your change. Does anyone use coins anymore? I
Well,
don't know.
the only time I use like physical money is when I go get my nails done. Otherwise, no.
No, you
Nobody
don't
does,
do
do
it.
they?
No, you don't really.
Weird.
But if you're travelling, you might want to know a few bits of, if you're going abroad, that might be useful. And you get everything in it, including the zip and the hook and loop tape. And then this one is the gorgeous little strawberry one.
Oh,
you're going to
it's
get the button
gorgeous.
in there as well. And you've got the little, this is for you to put your pins or your needles in. So it's a needle keeper. So you'd pretend that was a needle. You'd pop that in there, and then you fold that over, and it's going to stop anything from getting, sort of poking you. And then you've got a little heart on the back as well, which is really gorgeous.
Oh,
So that's the
so
one we're going to make
cute.
now.
Oh, I'm glad you're making our favourite, Becky. It's like
Yes.
you would have known. It's like you
It's
knew.
like I knew, you're right. So in here, you're going to be getting a large panel, which has got all of the pieces printed onto it. So the panel will look like this. You have all these pieces. Now, you already have a 1/4 inch seam allowance taken into account, so you're just going to cut along the line.
Okay.
So you're going to not have to worry about working out whether you've cut enough or too much. Just cut along the line. So you've got the 2 decorative hearts. You've got that loop, which is going to create the loop at the edge of the little the holder. And you also get a paper template, which I've already cut out. So this is for your piece of felt. So you get a piece of felt here. So it's felt on one side and fabric on the other. And so I've already marked out on here. So I'm going to cut this out using my scissors. If you wanted to use your heat erasable pen, that would be great. But obviously, I haven't got one at the moment, so I'm just using a pencil. And it won't matter because I'm just going to turn that on the other side. No one's going to see it. So I'm going to cut round here. They're all very easy makes. They all use a slightly different skill, teach you a slightly different skill, which is what makes these really useful for somebody that's getting started. So for the pin cushion, obviously you're learning a little bit of patchwork and how to put those things together. With the this needle keeper, you're going to be doing a little bit of appliqué, and you're going to be doing some hand stitching. And with the other one, you're going to be doing, popping a zip in, sewing in hook and loop tape. So they're all things that you would get, your first sort of couple of projects would be really useful for you to learn how to do. And I think they've really sort of thought properly about this and how you can make really cool little gifts out of these. So I'm going to pop that in there. So we are going to take this piece first of all.
Oh, I just love it. Those
we're gonna
strawberries just make me smile.
It is really cute, isn't it? We're going to pop that in there.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to hand stitch around the edge. Where have I put my... Oh, there it is. I've got it all prepared. And I'm going to... there's different ways of doing this. So in the samples we've got here, we've actually just shown you to do crisscross all the way around the edge. You can do that to put it together. On the sample we've got here, this has been stitched with your sewing machine. So that is blanket stitch around the edge on your sewing machine. And then this one is a decorative stitch around the edge on your sewing machine. So you can do any that you might want to do. You can fold the heart in to create, so you get rid of those raw edges if that's what you want to do, but it does make it a bit fiddly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do some running stitch. I'm going to trim that off so I can get rid of the black lines around there. I'm just going to do some running stitch around the edge so you can see how I do that. And the other one I'm going to stitch with a sewing machine.
Okay.
Let's get rid of all those little bits of black. I haven't quite cut it right. Obviously doing it too quickly or doing it not in good light. That is the thing.
Got to put your lights on if it's dark outside, as I found out to my peril yesterday. Does look quite dark out at the moment now. I hope it's not raining.
Oh, I don't want it to rain.
We can't hear any rain, and as I'm sure a lot of you at home will know, when it rains you can hear it. You can probably hear it at home as well.
It's horrible when it rains. I don't like it.
It's awful. I don't like the rain at
Every
all.
time I have my hair done, it rains.
Oh dear. Well, if you have your hair done, we'll expect rain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start betting money on the dates when I have my hair done. Every single time my hairdresser goes, oh, it's raining, I'll hold the umbrella so you can get to your car.
It's like whenever you have your windows cleaned, it just starts raining. As soon as you've had your windows cleaned, you think, oh dear, all that money down the drain.
Yeah, very true. So I'm just going to do a running stitch here. So I'm just going to be going in and out just to the edge of this. So there's lots of different types of stitching you can do. But this is going to be probably the simplest one you can use. And that's just going to secure that in place. And here as well. I do love this. I've been looking for some strawberry fabric because I want to make a strawberry dress.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Like a dress shaped like a strawberry.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Not quite sure what to say to that. There we go.
It goes out like that and then is sort of tight there.
Oh.
Yeah.
This sounds very much like
I'm not
high
really.
fashion,
I just want a nice dress with some strawberry fabric.
Thank goodness for that.
I love the fact that it doesn't matter what I say, you all believe me.
Well, do you know what? Nothing would surprise us at this point, Becky. Nothing would surprise us.
I'm going to give a big shout out to my cousin's daughter because she has just won an award for a textile award.
Oh, wow.
So she's one of the people to watch this year. So she was been exhibiting her stuff in London. Yeah, it's really, really useful. And she's doing woven textiles.
Oh, nice.
And we went to her exhibition and it was, she had one exhibition which was all the other students from Brighton University that did 3D design. And then this other one was all textiles. But when I had a look around the other people's exhibitions from Brighton, and I was talking to one of my aunts, and my aunt said, oh, you have a look downstairs, there's all sorts of different things. And I said, well, what's there? And she said, oh, there's a lady that's done taxidermy. Oh. And I went, oh, I love taxidermy.
Oh, dear.
And honestly, all my cousins, my aunt, they all look at me as if I'm absolutely crazy, and I find it fascinating. You like taxidermy too. I think taxidermy is an incredible skill. I mean, it might not be something that people want in their homes, but as a talent, it is really clever because it's quite a difficult thing to do because you are doing a sculpture internally, effectively. And I think it's amazing. There's a shop in Darlington that does taxidermy.
Is there?
There is. And every time I come up, I think I'm going to go there and have a look, but I haven't been there yet. But I just think it's fascinating. And she did... There's a famous Victorian taxidermist who had who did lots of these things like mice dressed as school children and things like that. And it was really popular. And he had when he died, they created a museum in London, and it was open for quite a few years. And then interest in taxidermy waned, and they sold everything. They had a big auction. And do you know who the biggest collector of taxidermy is in the UK?
I dread to think. Go on.
Harry Hill.
Oh.
So he's really into taxidermy. He bought nearly everything at this museum. And I just think it's really, really clever. And I booked myself on a taxidermy course, and I cancelled it because nobody else wanted to go.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I'm afraid that is one art or craft, if you want to call it that I shall not be joining you with, Becky, I'm afraid. But each to their own, eh?
That's the whole thing. People think I'm a little bit weird, a little bit strange. But I just think it's a really... I'm not allowed any taxidermy at home because everyone at home thinks it's odd. But I'm just going to wait until the children leave home, and then I would go taxidermy the house.
Oh, blimey. Be a taxidermist's dream.
There's a restaurant called the Crazy Bear in Berkshire, and they have a lot of... they've got a couple of them. They have a lot of taxidermy in their place, and they have... flamingos wearing diamond necklaces
Oh, blimey.
which I think is quite cool.
I have a funny feeling it might not cater too well to a vegan diet, these
I'm
restaurants.
sure they do. I'm sure they do. Now I'm going to stitch this one with my sewing machine, so you can see a difference. So I'm going to choose a zigzag stitch, which on this machine is number 3.
Okay.
I will just try it out on a little piece of fabric first of all, just to see how it comes out.
So are these, is it sort of a choice of you can hand stitch them or you can machine stitch, or is it, do you have to do one or the other? Is it your choice?
It's entirely up to you.
Oh,
Whatever
brilliant.
you feel is a way to go, that is what you can do. So let's do that. Zigzag stitch.
So if you are brand new to sewing, that's great, because you don't even need to have a sewing machine. You
No.
can literally just do these hand stitched, which is absolutely fabulous and great as well. Maybe if you're wanting to get younger members of the family involved, perhaps you don't want to let them loose on your sewing machine, then give them a needle and thread, get them sewing, and then that'll be absolutely perfect to create these just hand stitched instead. I have to say, I love hand sewing. For me, that is my favourite sort of thing. A little bit of appliqué, bit of hand embroidery.
Yeah.
That's definitely my sort. That's a way to go for me.
I think it's a little bit like writing. I think it's a skill that perhaps we all lose over time. Because I think most people do a little bit of hand sewing at school, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when you're really young. But I've forgotten how to write properly because it's so, everything you do is using some sort of form of computer.
I have
And
to say
think
that's another thing I love, handwriting. I absolutely love handwriting. You know, it's been one of my favourite lessons at school, that handwriting lessons.
Yeah, your handwriting is tiny.
It is,
and
yes.
absolutely perfect. It's like Lily writes with the thinnest pen ever. It's like very delicate, your handwriting.
It's funny because I just write with a very cheap ballpoint. But,
Do you?
yeah, but I love handwriting, absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a shame. It is one of those arts that we seem to be losing a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. It's nothing better than a notepad and a pen. Much rather be writing on that than on a tablet or anything like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, so there we go. We've done that piece. So you can see the difference. So we've done a zigzag stitch on that one. And then we've done a hand stitch on that one. So 2 totally different but totally easy to do designs. Now we want to do the little loop here. So I folded my fabric in half and I folded each of the raw edges into the middle, and then I'm folding them over again, and that's going to create my little loop here. So I'm going to stitch that together.
And of course, if you are a little bit more advanced, you could be decorating that heart up a little bit more if you want. You could be bringing in some of your decorative stitches onto there, maybe sewing on some beads or sequins or anything like that. But if you are brand new to crafting, you've got everything you need included in the kit. So in its raw basic form, it's still going to look absolutely fabulous. No need to bring in extras if you don't want to, but of course you can do if you so choose.
If you so choose.
If you so, that was very, very fancy, that wasn't it?
Okay. So I've done a bit of a zigzag on that just to finish that off because it looks quite nice with those colours.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Now you can see here, we're at this stage here. Now what we want to do is we want to secure the 2 pieces together and we want to put that loop inside. So we're going to put, we're going to do that one. So we have right sides together, like that. And we want it, make sure I got it right the right way, we want it in here, like that.
Right.
So when we stitch it, that's going to pop out. So I'm going to pin that in place. Or just pull that in a little bit. So it's sticking out so I don't lose it. Let's pin that together and we're going to stitch around the edge.
You even get needles included in these. How fabulous is that?
Yeah, and they're
amazing.
You've got quite a lot of different needles, really big ones as well.
Fabulous.
You see these? Look, they're quite large that you've got here. So these are actually really good, these needles, if you're going to be doing some doll making. Because they're nice and long to go through all those doll joints. Really, really useful. Right, we're going to stitch around the edge and we're going to leave a turning gap. So we'll just mark that down here. I'm going to have a turning gap. And so I'm going to stitch around here just with my normal foot and normal kind of seam allowance and normal stitch.
Don't forget, the details are on the screen for your Make It Kit Showstopper. You are getting 6 different kits. We are showing just one of those kits. We are getting 5 more in addition. 3 of them are those new designs that are new to Crafters TV, and you get 3 of the other designs that you may have seen previously for just £44.80 or $56. That could, of course, be 6 separate gifts if you so choose. Maybe you're going to be giving the kits of gifts, or maybe you're actually making up the items and then gifting those finished items. However you choose to use these, it's fantastic value for money, and you get get so much included, so much to get you into sewing, or maybe just learn a different technique or a different skill that perhaps you've never tried before. And I love the fact that every single finished item is very functional. You've got storage there. Perhaps it's going to be for your makeup, for your nail varnishes, or maybe it's going to be your sewing storage or storage for items around the house. And they are all very useful finished items. So not only do you get the fantastic enjoyment of actually putting these together, you have something at the end that's very useful as well, which I think is absolutely brilliant.
So I'm just going over that little, so you hear the sewing machine working a little bit harder, but it's going over that loop. Almost done with the stitching.
So if you were stitching this by hand, would you just go in with this sort of a straight running stitch along?
Yeah, you want to do back stitch.
Okay.
Or if you're going to do it by hand. So back stitch will just make sure that you're sort of sewing. If I should sort of show you, if you have find a piece of fabric that will work. If you're doing if you were doing sort of, you were just doing this kind of stitching here like that. It's not going to be very secure because you've got these gaps in it. So, you know, obviously one side you've got a stitch, and then the opposite side you've got a stitch, but you've got like effectively a gap. So if you wanted to stitch it by hand, you could do back stitch. So back stitch, you would go in, and then you would go back on yourself to make sure it's really secure. So it's like a constant, from both sides of the fabric, it'll be a constant stitch. So you can see here, I'm going to go back on myself like that, and then like this. You can see you've got a constant back stitch, and it'll just be a bit stronger.
Ah, yeah, perfect.
You would turn everything out the other way. But yeah, you absolutely can do them by hand. Make your stitching small, is what I would say. Take it back and forth, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to turn it round the right way. So we've got all of this bulk here. We want to trim down into these points, and we've got curves as well. So ideally, we want to trim away the curves, or you can cut in like this, and that will allow you to go through the curves. I'm going to leave those edges close to that turning point, the same as they are at the moment, because we're going to end up sort of turning through and then stitching again. So I want that bulk of the fabric to be around in that point there. But I'm just going to trim around here.
It's a little bit almost like, you know, when you make boxes when you're doing your paper craft, and where you've got the all four corners where the score line is crossed and you trim into it. It's a little bit like that, I suppose, in a way.
It is very similar, yeah. But where you've got this point down here, it's similar to when you're making the box. You've got to go right down to that point to get a nice finish. But yeah, more or less the same, really.
I love that when you've got your different sort of transferable skills between crafts. It just makes maybe that transition between sewing and paper craft, it makes that a lot smoother, and allows you to try a new craft, try a new technique with no problem at all.
Well, like you say, you know, you sewed. Craig does a lot of hand sewing. He likes his cross stitch, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
So, you know, lots of people do a little bit of both. I mean, I think sewing clothes is quite a different ball game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, these are all sort of, like you say, transferable skills. So we've trimmed away the bulk, and we're going to turn this the right way round.
I always think that's definitely a crafter's thing, isn't it? We're never just satisfied with one craft. We've got to try all the crafts, all the techniques. We've got to have all the stash. And it's not a case of, oh, I might try a bit of sewing, oh, I might just buy a little bit of something and just give it a go.
You want all the colours.
You buy everything. Yeah. You buy absolutely everything. You know what we're like as crafters. We have to have everything. Whether we end up using it or not, or if we use it once and we go, blimey, no, that wasn't for me. We have to have everything. We're terrible, aren't we? I think we're all the same, though. I hope we all are anyway. I hope it's not just me.
I think so. I've still got a load of resin ready to do resin art, which I haven't done yet, which I must do. And obviously I want to do the taxidermy thing, but I'm not going to buy any of the stuff.
See, I was going to get into polymer clay, like the modelling at one point. I was going to get into that, never happened. Still got the moulds, still got the clay, still not made anything. A few years down the line. One day.
Well, I bought a loom. And,
wow. Oh, as you do.
I don't laugh.
I popped out to the shop, so what you bought? Look, I bought a loom. What else?
I got it for my birthday, but like quite a few years ago. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to make this. And I've not taken out the box yet.
Oh.
I know,
dear.
it's awful. I think actually my cousin that's just finished her degree, I've had it longer than she's been doing her degree.
Dear.
That's how bad it is. So this, I've turned it around the right way and I want to pin this and stitch it. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time just folding this over so I get a nice finish and doing a hand stitch around here.
Let us know, guys at home, have you bought a huge craft thing, a very expensive craft thing? Maybe you're going to try a new craft. You bought all these goodies, you've never tried it. Let us know in the comments. What craft were you definitely going to try? It was going to be the next big craft for you and you've never got it out of the box. Let us know. Let us know. For me, it's the polymer clay. Never done it yet. I was going to do it all, going to be a polymer clay expert. Never happened. Still in the packet.
I almost bought myself a kiln.
Oh, blimey.
I was like,
Oh.
And
Yeah.
and a potter's wheel.
Wow.
But you know, you've got to have a lot of space for things like
This
that.
is true, yeah. I'm not being funny, I've definitely not got space for a kiln. I've barely got space for myself in my house at the moment, the amount of stuff I've got in my craft rooms. I don't think I'll be doing the kiln. But yeah, pottery, I'd like to get into pottery, definitely. Ooh. Something else I'd love to do cake decorating. Like all the sugar craft, all the modelling, the flowers and all that. I'd love to do that. It's never happened yet, but at least I've not bought all the stuff for that one. That's something.
Lily, when you want to do it, come to my house. I've got 3 cupboards full of it.
Wow, wow.
I used to have a cake business. Yeah, I obviously don't have it anymore because I don't have enough time.
Well,
but yeah, I've got everything you could possibly imagine cake-wise. Now I'm just going to look for a needle. Where are you, needle?
It's like searching for a needle in a haystack, isn't it?
If only I had a pin cushion.
If only, eh? Well, you'll have to go for your Make It Kit showstopper and then you'll get one of those kits
I should have got that, shouldn't I? Right, I'm going to sew my what's this called?
Button?
Button. Button's the word I was looking for.
I do love buttons, I have to say. There's something quite magical about buttons, I always think.
I really like ribbon, and I saw there's quite a lot of ribbon going at the sale.
Oh, I saw that on social yesterday. I was like, well, I'm in the right place tomorrow, aren't I?
My goodness.
Who's going to be buying all the ribbon?
I was going to see if somebody wanted to drive me down there today and see if I can buy stuff today. But,
I don't think we can.
I don't think I can.
Do you know what? They might, by the time we open the doors at 10 o'clock, so I'm getting there at 9, there might be no ribbon left if I get my way. All the lovely customers will walk in and be like, I thought this was a pop-up shop, there's no product left, and I've just got all my bags full of all the ribbon. I do like ribbon, do love a bit of ribbon.
I like a bit of ribbon.
I'm a ribbon hoarder, I have to say.
And there's some really pretty ribbons. Really like those.
Love ribbon. Oh, we've got some ribbon on the show. Oh, well, I'll be shopping between hours, this is for sure. Oh, yeah, we've got some Violet Studios Nutcracker ribbon. This is nice. This is really nice. It's almost like foiled, this one. This is beautiful. Oh, I've been asked to guess the price. I dread to think what this is going to be.
Let me see. What is that?
£1.19 for 5 metres. That's great. Wow. $1.79. That is incredible. Getting 5 different designs. I know it is a Christmassy sort of collection, but, well, at least 3 or 4 of those designs you could be using all year round. I think that'll be going in my bag before the day is done. Oh, I'll have to be frisked on the way out. Yeah, that is pretty. Tracy's not in though. I might be all right. Might be all right. Nobody tell her.
I haven't put the button the wrong way round. I've put it the right way round.
You.
But I only just remembered I actually have put it round the right way. There you go. Bit tight on the loop. Oh, a bit tight, Becky. Never mind. There you go. That's fine. There you go. It's done. But yeah, if you try and do it that way, the button's on the wrong way round, which is what I was doing there and thinking, I've done it round the wrong way. But I haven't. There you go. Little strawberry little needle keeper. Really useful. And these, obviously I've done that from start to finish in no time at all. So obviously spent a little bit longer than I would, and make sure your loop's big enough. Or if you're worried that you're not going to make it big enough, use a bit of elastic.
Oh yeah, great idea. Love that. How cute is that? And that's just one of 6 of those Make It kits that you're getting for an incredible price today of £44.80 or $56. Now we are going to give you just a few moments to check out those baskets. Maybe you want to be checking out that fantastic brand new launch that we've launched just today here on Softer Side of Life. Maybe it's some of those Make It kits, or maybe you're just going to be shopping around the website to bag yourself a bargain on this Friday. However you choose to shop, get yourself over on the website and we'll be seeing you in just a few minutes' time.
day-to-day looks like on a normal day when I'm working from home. Get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the kids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee. And flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get there for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. Yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. We've just got over 20 minutes left on this Softer Side of Life show this afternoon. We've still got a little bit more time to cram in a few more demonstrations, but before we get back over to Becky, we have got a few more lovely die sets that we want to share with you. These are all individuals. We do have 4 separate options for you when it comes to our fantastic cut and stitch dies, and they are all the same price. Wow, all a fantastic price. Goodness me. £3.99 or $5.18 for each and every single one of these die sets. And these are fantastic quality dies. These are multimedia dies, which means, as the name suggests, they're going to cut through a multitude of different materials. So it could be your fabrics like your felts, or it could even be your cardstocks, your foams, your papers. If you want to bring these into your papercraft and card making, you can absolutely do that. So first of all, we're going to start off with our, oh my goodness me, he is so cute. Look at our little snowman. There's something about his little face that has to bring a smile to yours. He is gorgeous. Can you imagine him on a Christmas jumper? That would be the best Christmas jumper ever. He is adorable. You get 10 separate dies here. You get on the back, you can see all those different dies that you're going to layer up to create that beautiful little snowman there. How cute is he? You could change up the colourways. It doesn't have to be a black hat. You could give him a pink hat. You could give him any colour hat you so choose. Cut them out your felts, embroider them together, and they are going to get absolutely fabulous results. So next up then we have another die set. Once again, same price on this one, just £3.99 or $5.18. You're getting 14 dies as part of this die set. And with this one, not only can you create one design with your lights, you can also create your holly as well. So 2 separate designs there. You get all of your dies that you can sort to cut in your different colours, and that's going to look absolutely incredible. Now next up, another super cute die set here. You are getting 9 separate dies in this one, same price once again of £3.99 or $5.18. That's your adorable little Santa Claus. He is just the sweetest thing ever. Can you imagine if you've got like glittery felts or glittery foams and actually cutting his beard from that? That would look super cool. Or maybe you've got sprays or glitters or glitter glues that you can use on fabric, then that could sort of decorate up his beard a little bit as well. Once again, turn it over, you can see all the separate dies, allowing you to cut your different colours of fabric or paper or card or whatever material you so choose with absolute ease. And then finally, another adorable little guy here with our reindeer. Look at him. He honestly just makes me giggle. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Can you imagine him? If you've got him hanging on your Christmas tree, you're going to be smiling every time you walk past that Christmas tree. He is fabulous. Maybe bring in some sort of like glossy, maybe like PVC fabric for that nose to give it a little bit of shine there. 11 dies with this one. Once again, £3.99 or $5.18. Now you've seen the fantastic items here that you can go for. Of course, you can go for all 4, go for individuals, pick and choose. That choice is yours. Well, Becky's going to show us these in action. I know she's got some incredible samples to share with you as well.
We have got some great samples. So what about using them to make some Christmassy placemats? You could do that. That's something a bit different to do. So we've used two of the Santa Claus on there to create that kind of design with a few bits of scrap fabric that you've got from Christmas. Now, and the way that they were meant to be used as a little decoration for the Christmas tree. I'm a big fan of having, I quite like the idea of making these and then putting them in a card inside an appliqué card and sewing the year on the back so people have them as a keepsake. It's quite a nice thing to do, and they're relatively easy because you've got all the perforations already cut through here. It is just a case of stitching through and it's very, very simple to do. So it'll be something that you can do with children. And now all I would suggest is that if you're stitching through many, many layers of fabric and many layers of felt, you might find it a little bit stiff, but otherwise it's really easy to do. And then I think this is one of my favourites. This string of lights looks really, really cool. It reminds me a little bit of Mexican tequila. I think it's because they look a little bit like chilies, don't they, in those kinds of colours.
Okay.
But I thought, using them, do you not think?
Funnily enough, no, but thank you. Yeah, you know,
I think the greens and the yellows and the oranges. I don't know. I think I love this one, and that one's a really good. I mean, they're all good value, but that one comes with the holly and the ivy as well, making that super, super good value. But we're going to go ahead and make a little Santa Claus. Oh no, sorry, Santa Claus. Did I say snowman? I meant the snowman. The snowman?
Snowman Santa?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm so sorry. So sorry. Right, now you can see the dies that you've got here. You've got a whole mixture of different dies. Dies that cut out the outside edge, dies that cut out just the perforations, and dies that cut out edges and perforations. You just need to work out what you're going to be doing. Now, in this, we've cut 2 of the outer pieces. So the bit that's like the sort of creamy colour, we've cut 2 of those. So that's just using this and then that perforated one as well. And then we've cut the beard, and we've cut the moustache, We've cut a piece of pink fabric for the face, but it doesn't actually matter what kind of size it is. You can just cut a little slither of fabric in there. And then you've cut the hat out of red, and then the white and the white of the fur trim of the hat, and then the little bauble on there. So you can see here, if you're stitching, what you want to do is you want to stitch these pieces together first of all. Otherwise, when you're stitching them together, you're going to be stitching through 3 or 4 layers of felt, and the felt's quite stiff. You want to try and only be stitching through 1 or 2. So we're going to be popping these together. So I'm going to just do one of these outer edges with that little perforated piece in there. Now, what I would say is using your Gemini, again, using the configuration with the plates is what I prefer for felt. So I use my white plates, I use my metal shim, and I use my frosted shim, but I put them through twice. And the reason for that is because the felt is fibrous and you've got all those little perforations that you want to cut through. It's much better for you to run it through twice, or maybe even 3 times if you feel that's what it needs, rather than taking it off and then not actually being able to use the piece that you've created. And it's not because the machine is not powerful, it's because of those perforations and because of all those little pieces of the felt that you want to cut through. Now I've got the little trim, I've got the moustache over here, so put those through. As I say, I'm always heavy-handed with my tape. Put plenty of tape on there. Then we're going to put my frosted shim over the top of that and the white plate on there and run it through the machine twice. It doesn't matter if you're running it through twice. I just think, you know, much better to be sure that everything's cut and all those perforations have been done. And you've got all those crackling noises or the sound of sugar under your feet.
Walking on sugar, exfoliating.
Do you like walking on the beach as well?
Do you know what I really don't like? If it's rocky and no, painful. Or if the sand's far too hot.
Yeah.
I mean, I would trade that for being in this cold climate any day, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, it's hot sand outside, isn't it? Today, it's very hot. So
Yes,
you can see
of
here,
We've got the deck chairs out, the parasols, it's all there.
We've got the perforations here. They haven't all popped out completely. Normally, if I give a little bit of a flick, they come out, but they haven't. So I'm going to grab my pokey tool, or you can use a pin, just poke those through, because they don't come out the same way as they would do if you were cutting them out of card. Now, you can absolutely use these dies for cutting out card, but it's just that those fibres that you've got here. You can see they have cut. You just want to poke them through. You will find that if you use cut 2 at a time, the top layer will come off very easily. All the little perforations come off really easily. The bottom layer just needs sort of poking through. But sometimes the extra layer of felt going through the machine makes everything work a little bit better. So we've got these ones here. They're going to come off when I put them through together. So let's get rid of those. And I'm using here the felt that we sell in the bundles. It's quite thick. No, I wouldn't say it's thick, it's quite rigid felt, and it lends itself to these kinds of things. You can use a floppier felt. This one is a floppier felt. This is some felt from home, and it still cuts, but it gives you a different kind of finish to it. But it's the only red felt I could find at home, because I've obviously used up all my red felt in the past making these. But you can use any kind of fabric for this. But if you're going to be using some cotton fabric, I would use some fabric stabiliser to make it a little bit more rigid.
I mean, you could have gone for a traditional Christmas Santa. You could have gone for the green, couldn't you?
Yes, yeah, you could. Yeah, it's only Coca-Cola that make it red, isn't it?
It's very true.
Yeah. Which is quite frightening that
it's crazy, isn't it?
A company has managed to warp our view of what somebody looks like. I'm going to go around here, and then we've got a couple more pieces to cut through, but you can see how it's coming together. And again, these are great activities if you want to do them with a craft group, want to do them with children, grandchildren. They work really well. They're great activity to do, and because you've got those perforations, it makes it nice and simple for you to stitch through.
Certainly does.
I'm going to do that one here.
Just thinking, when did these launch? Did they launch last year?
Yeah, last year.
Because I have a funny feeling, did I produce that show? I have a funny feeling I did. I'm sure it was on a weekend. Or did I produce the craft along?
Oh, what did I do for the craft along? I did.
I can't remember.
I think I did a table mat, didn't I? With
Yes, it was
the
craft along I did, I think.
yeah, with the little lights.
Yes, yeah. I can't believe that was about a year ago.
It's
Time
frightening,
flies.
isn't it?
When
How
I was in
quickly
your
time
ear.
flies. Right, run that through the machine twice again.
Okay.
So
A few
there's
comments.
Lots of little tiny bits here, look like glitter.
Oh no. Oh dear.
It's all right, I'll sweep it up later.
You'll have a lot of sweeping to do. You really will. A lot of people are saying how much they love these fabulous dies. Laurie's saying I bought these when they launched. So cute. Sue King says she's made a lot of these last year. Cheryl says she loves the Santa project. Oh, Rosalind Russell says, I've had these cut and stitch dies on my wish list forever. Well, what a day to actually treat yourself to them when they are at this fabulous price. Don't forget as well, they're all individual items. You've got your different options. You've got your fabulous Santa Claus that we're just using here. You've got your reindeer, you've got your snowman, and you do also have your holly and your lights. So it's up to you. You can choose one, choose two, or choose all of them. That choice is entirely yours. But if you do decide to go for all four, it does sort of work out where you buy two, get two, when you look at that saving, because they are all about half price. So incredible savings on there. You know what I'm like when I'm shopping, I don't look at the amount I spend, I like to look at the amount I save. So if you are going for these, if you thought of going for one, well, you may as well go for two, because for the usual price you can get two for that same price. So do definitely, do whatever works for you. Maybe you've already got one or two of the designs and you just want to complete your collection. We have got options for every budget, which I think is absolutely terrific.
Have you ever read the Shopaholic book series? Ever read about those? Becky Bloomwood.
That's it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I read them all.
I always think I'm like her, because she goes to buy a pair of shoes. Well, no, she probably would buy a loom. She goes to buy a pair of shoes and she's already worked out that she needs this particular pair of shoes, and it will work with all these different outfits. And then they bring out, they've got little oranges, little clementines on them, and they're sandals, and they bring out some more sandals in lilac with blackberries on. And she ends up going, oh, I have to have those as well, because they all work together, and I like these ones. And I think, God, I'd be exactly the same. I would have to buy all of the dies, because I wouldn't want to think, oh, I'm missing out on one of them. It's a FOMO, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely very much a completist. I can't have a couple of something from a collection or a bit of this, bit of that. I've got to have everything. You've got to go the whole hog. I can't have for example, our Crafters Inspiration magazine. I can't have issue 1, 3 and 9. I've got to have 1 through to 9. I've got to have them all. I can't have an empty space on my shelves where I've missed out an issue. It can't happen. It's just not a thing. Whether I want the issue or not, I just need it. It needs to be part of the collection. I'm terrible for stuff like that. I really am. I think a lot of crafters are. We have to have everything, don't we?
I think so.
And talking of the whole, what have you bought that you've never used before, craft-wise, Anne said she's bought an embroidery machine. She's never been brave enough to use it. And a brilliant one from Laurie. She says, I have everything to make handmade miniature teddy bears. Spent a good amount on all the supplies and patterns, books, suede, etc. Never even made one, oh, Laurie. Now she can't see good close enough without cheater glasses, so don't even know if she could manage making them. Oh well, the thought was there, eh? the plans were there, big plans, but never quite happened.
Well, I bought quite a few meters of fabric recently to make myself a dress, and I think it's going to be the same way as all the rest of the fabric that I've bought. It's still in the wardrobe. Right, so that's how it's going to look. Obviously, he's not got. You'd want to embroider his eyes. Just put that there. And I haven't got any pink, but it doesn't matter because it looks all right like that. Now, what you want to do is I'd stitch this piece together first, then I'd place it down here. Then I put a little bit of glue under there, and then I'd stitch that bit round and then stitch that bit there, because whilst you're going through the perforations, you're also going to be stitching through this, and it's quite tough. And like I said, you want to minimise how many layers you're going to stitch through. Now, you do the same thing with this one here. So I'd stitch that little moustache onto his beard first of all, and then I'd place the beard onto the rest of the body and to put it all together. But you can see how they come together, and you just need to put 2 layers of that background together and stitch through. So you can see here we've actually stitched all the way through here, and then just sandwich a little piece of ribbon in there, and you've got that beautiful decoration.
Oh, perfect. How cute is that? That's absolutely adorable. Perhaps you're not a soft crafter though, that could just be in cardstock, it could be in papers, it could be all your different coloured card, it could be white card that maybe even choosing to colour using your inks or your pens. So many different options with those dies, but don't forget you've got 4 different options. You've got your Santa Claus, you've got your snowman, you've got that adorable little reindeer, and you've got your holly and your lights as well. All £3.99 or $5.18. You'll see all those options over on the website. Now, talking of sort of beginner crafters, talking of getting yourself into soft crafts if you've never tried it before, then we have got some absolutely fantastic kits coming to you from Violet Studios that you've got everything you need contained in each and every single one of these kits, and then you can actually create these to put together the most amazing pieces. However, first up, I did mention this a little bit earlier, so I had to sneak this one in first. This is our fantastic Violet Studios Nutcracker ribbon. This is a fantastic saving on this one. You are getting 5 meters of ribbon, 5 different designs as part of this pack. Doesn't even have to be Christmas if you don't want it to be. It can be absolutely all year round. That polka dot one is just fabulous there. Again, all 5 1 meter lengths for 95p. Or
That's such a good value.
It's amazing, isn't it, Becky? Of course,
Is it like a grosgrain ribbon?
It is, yeah, it is grosgrain. Apart from the bottom one, which is, there's a cut, no, sorry, I correct myself. You are getting 3 grosgrain and you're getting 2 satin.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. Wow, less than 20p a ribbon. That is good. Good
You can't
value.
get that anywhere.
I mean, if you went into like your markets, your haberdasheries, you wouldn't get it for that price.
No.
You really would not. Amazing value for money. Get those added to your basket. Whether you're a soft crafter, whether you are a paper crafter, definitely one for everything and every sort of craft with that one. Now, I did mention the kits just a moment ago from Violet Studios, and I do want to share these ones with you. So we've got 3 different options with our Violet Studio kits, and these are all part of our Nutcracker range. So, of course, if you are going for that ribbon that I have just shown you, you can be working that in and coordinating perfectly if you so choose. So within this one, it allows you to create these beautiful sort of embroidery hoop hanging decorations. You've got everything you need within here. You've got your pins, you've got your scissors even. In addition to it, all you're going to need is your pins, your scissors and your iron. Again, all your threads, all your hoops, all your fabrics. Again, all the goodies you need to create these incredible hoops. You can make 4 different hanging decorations with this one. You can see here, it's telling you the skill level. It's sort of like a 2 out of 3, so still very much achievable for lots of different crafters there. Absolutely incredible price on this one, just £4.79 or $6.23. That is a 40% saving. Of course, even better if you are part of our Platinum Club. Great to get those and create in time for Christmas. You've still got plenty of time to do just that. Now, next up, maybe you want to be creating your very own personalised Christmas stockings this year, then absolutely you can do this with this fantastic kit. This being your Violet Studios Nutcracker stocking kit. Just £4.79 or $6.23 gives you absolutely everything you need to create this fantastic stocking here. You've got your embroidery threads, you've got the fabric stocking itself, you've got transfers to do your embroidery, you've even got that absolutely fabulous pom-pom trim to go around the edge. So it could be any name, it could even be a date on there, it could be sort of the date of Christmas Day, maybe the year that you're putting onto there. You've got absolutely everything you need, once again included, to create that fabulous Christmas stocking. If you're more advanced, if you've got lots in your crafty stash already though, of course you can be adding more goodies into that and decorating it up and just making it a little bit more personalised if you so choose. And then finally, as part of our Violet Studios collection of kits, we do have our fantastic Advent calendar kit here. So this is allowing you to create all of your Advent calendars for Christmas. You can be using this year in, year out. You've got the different pockets onto there, so you can be popping whatever you so choose into there, which is fabulous. Of course, it is reusable with this one. You've got the fabric, you've got even the tassels, you've got your twine, you've got your wooden sort of hanging pole if you like in there. All of those items to create your Advent calendars for just £9.59 or $11.99. Beautiful design on there and really is timeless. So 3 fantastic kits from Violet Studios. Maybe go for all 3 of that saving. You certainly could. But we have got a few more goodies. Becky wants to quickly sneak this one in. Becky, what have you got?
This is one of the Advent panels as well. So you get here, you've all the fabric to make the actual panel, and then you get all the individual pocket panels. You just need to put it all together. So great keepsake design here. Really, really cute. And I love the way the pattern of the fabric and the pattern of the pockets works together. So it looks like it's a seamless design, but actually you've got little pockets down here. So you can see you're still not losing that pattern. So this one I think is absolutely gorgeous. But we've also got stockings as well. So the stockings are quite clever because they are lined with patterned fabric. But if you wanted to, you could make them plain on the inside and actually get 4 or even 8 stockings out of them. And it comes with some little decorations as well for you to stitch together. Really lovely set of designs that you've got here too.
Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, Becky, that has flown by. Thank you so much for all your inspiration.
Thank you.
We will both be back. We'll be having a little bit of switch around for the next show. It's Friday Night Live, coming up 5 p.m. UK time here. I'm super excited. It's my very first Friday Night Live. It's going to be super fun. All the glitz, courtesy of Becky, all the glamour. So make sure you join us 5 p.m. UK time. We will see you then. Bye-bye.